If I told you the ultimate life coach has been dead for over 2,000 years? Sounds crazy, right? Confucius, the ancient Chinese philosopher, might just have the best advice for your life today. His wisdom isn't some dusty old fortune cookie fare. It's timeless and surprisingly savage when it comes to truth. In the next few minutes, we're unpacking 10 powerful life lessons from Confucius that are shockingly relevant in the 21st century. These insights will help you navigate friendships, failures, and everything in between, and keep you hooked from start to finish. One of these lessons even shows how to handle your haters. Yep, Confucius knew about haters, and it's pure gold. So stick around, because by lesson 10, you might just see life in a totally new way. Let's dive in. Here are 10 life-changing lessons from Confucius, viewed through a modern lens. Lesson 1. Everything in moderation. Balance is key. Confucius was all about balance. Life, according to him, is like walking a tightrope. Lean too far to either side, and you're gonna fall. Translation: anything in excess can become a problem. Whether it's work, food, social media, or even exercise, too much of a good thing is just as bad as too little. As Confucius put it, to go beyond the limit is as wrong as to fall short. In other words, extremes will mess you up. Think about it. Pull an all-nighter gaming or studying, and you burn out. Party every night, and your goals slip away. On the flip side, work too hard and you'll miss out on life's joys. The sweet spot lies somewhere in the middle. According to Confucius, finding harmony in life is the secret to lasting satisfaction. So if you've been living at 200% or 0%, step back and recalibrate. Moderation isn't sexy, but it keeps you steady and sane. Balance your grind with some chill, and you'll walk through life a lot more securely, just like the sage himself intended. Lesson 2. Real knowledge equals knowing what you don't know. Confucius dropped a humility bomb with this one. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. In plain English, true wisdom starts when you admit you don't know everything. Imagine you're fresh out of college, feeling on top of the world, thinking you have all the answers. Then reality hits, maybe on your first job or a tough life challenge, and you realize, whoa, there's a lot more to learn. Confucius would smile at that moment. He knew that ego is the enemy of growth. The smartest people aren't those who claim to know it all, but those who stay curious and ask questions. Take it from Confucius. Saying, "I don't know," can be the smartest thing you ever say. It opens the door to learning and improvement. Instead of feeling dumb when you're clueless, get excited. It's a chance to get better. In the modern world, things change at light speed, and the only way to keep up is by constant learning. So, embrace your inner beginner. Be hungry for knowledge and humble enough to admit what you don't know. That's real wisdom, straight from Confucius. And it's just as true now as it was 2,500 years ago. Lesson 3. Choose your friends wisely. Your circle shapes you. You can make a mistake without losing your friend, but you will lose your friend if you make a mistake in choosing him, Confucius warned. Harsh? Maybe. True? Absolutely. The company you keep can make or break you. Confucius recognized that friends wield a massive influence over your mindset and habits. Modern science even backs him up. Studies show our brains sync up with our friends' brains over time. Crazy, right? Ever notice how you start using the same phrases as your buddies or picking up their hobbies? That's the power of your peer group. Now, if your crew is motivated, positive, and has integrity, you're likely to rise to their level. But if they're lazy slackers or constant downers, watch out. They'll drag you down with them. Confucius's lesson: be picky with your pals. Surround yourself with people who reflect the qualities you aspire to. Got a friend who inspires you to hit the gym or start that business? Stick with them. But that buddy who always discourages you or leads you into trouble? It might be time to step back. In Confucius's world, a true friend helps build you up, not break you down. Choose friends who make you a better you, because your vibe really does attract your tribe, and your tribe, in turn, shapes your vibe. Lesson 4. Keep your word. Honor integrity above all. Confucius kept it simple. When you make a promise, keep it. This isn't just old-school preachiness. It's a core principle for building trust. Think about how easy it is to say, "Yeah, I'll do it," and then flake out. We've all had that friend who never shows up when they said they would. Frustrating? You bet. Confucius understood that your word is your bond. If you constantly break promises, whether it's bailing on a friend or failing to stick to your own goals, you're telling the world and yourself that your word doesn't mean much. That leads to lost friendships, missed opportunities, and even self-doubt. After all, how can you trust yourself if you can't keep your own promises? On the flip side, when you honor your commitments, you build a reputation as someone reliable and respectable. People know they can count on you, and that is priceless. Plus, keeping promises to yourself, like hitting that workout or finishing that course you vowed to do, boosts your confidence. In short, Confucius teaches that integrity is the backbone of a good life. So, be the guy who means what he says and does what he promises. It's a timeless lesson that earns you respect in the eyes of others and yourself. Lesson 5. Never stop improving. Sharpen your tools. According to Confucius, life is a never-ending improvement project. He famously said, "The expectations of life depend upon diligence. The mechanic that would perfect his work must first sharpen his tools." Think of yourself as the mechanic and your skills, whether in your job, your hobbies, or personal traits, as the tools. If you don't continuously sharpen those tools, they'll get dull. Translation: keep learning, keep practicing, keep leveling up. It's easy to get complacent once you've achieved something. Maybe you landed a decent job or you're the best gamer among your friends, but Confucius would nudge you and say, there's always something new to learn, a skill to hone, or a perspective to gain. He even gives us a vivid image for perseverance. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. No giant success happens overnight. It's the tiny steps every day that lead to big results. The secret? Consistency and patience. Confucius also reassures us, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. So even if progress feels slow, don't quit. Embrace being a lifelong learner. Read that book, pick up that new skill, seek feedback, and try again and again. Every day you're sharpening your mind and abilities is a day well spent. In the modern hustle, this ancient advice stands strong. Never settle, keep improving yourself, one small step at a time. Lesson 6. Kindness is the greatest wisdom. In a world that often screams, look out for number one, Confucius taught that true wisdom lies in kindness. He said, of neighborhoods, benevolence, kindness is the most beautiful. How can a man be considered wise if he doesn't choose kindness when he has the chance? In short, being kind is the smartest thing you can do, for others and for yourself. It might sound counterintuitive to go soft in a cutthroat world, but think about it. Kindness is a strength, not a weakness. Helping others, showing compassion, and practicing empathy actually enrich your life. It builds trust, connection, and respect. When you're kind, people tend to reciprocate, and even if they don't, you stand taller knowing you did the right thing. And kindness isn't just grand gestures, it's the little things. Listening when a friend needs to vent, offering a genuine compliment, or standing up for someone being treated unfairly. These acts can ripple outward in ways you can't imagine. Confucius saw kindness as a defining human virtue, and modern science agrees. Studies show kindness can make you happier and healthier. So the next time you're tempted to be harsh or indifferent, remember Confucius's lesson. Choose kindness, even when it's hard or when no one's watching. It's the ultimate win-win. You make the world better, and you become better in the process. Wise indeed. Lesson 7. Learn from your mistakes. Failures are lessons in disguise. Here's a reality check from Confucius. To make a mistake and not correct it, this is a real mistake. In other words, screwing up is not the problem. Refusing to fix it is. We all hate failing. It hurts, it's embarrassing. Maybe you botched a big exam, blew a job interview, or hurt someone you love. The easy move is to deny it, blame others, or quit trying. But Confucius says, nope, own it. The real failure is not dusting yourself off and doing better next time. Think about it. Every mistake is a chance to come back stronger. Many successful people today, entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, will tell you their greatest successes grew from lessons learned in failure. Confucius was preaching that mentality ages ago. He even believed that our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. The modern lens here? Growth mindset. Instead of thinking, I'm terrible, I messed up, ask, okay, what can I learn from this? Did you learn a new strategy that won't fail next time? Did you discover who your real friends are when things went south? There's wisdom to be mined in every screw-up. Confucius basically encourages us to face the music, make it right, and move forward smarter. So don't beat yourself up for falling down. Grab that lesson. It's often a painful one, but priceless. Get back up and try again. Every mistake corrected is a step closer to the person you're meant to be. Lesson 8. Respect is a two-way street. Confucius once asked, "Without feelings of respect, what is there to distinguish men from beasts?" It's a pointed question. Respect, for others and for yourself, is part of what makes us truly human. In Confucius's time, respect was built into everything. Respect for parents, for tradition, for your fellow humans. Today, respect is just as critical, and it goes both ways. You can't demand it without giving it. Think about how interactions change when respect is present. Conversations become dialogues. Conflicts become cooperation. Now think of times it's absent. Chaos, insults, misunderstandings abound. Respecting someone doesn't mean you agree with them on everything. It means acknowledging their value as a person, listening to their perspective, and treating them with basic decency. That applies to everyone you meet, from your boss to the waiter at lunch. Everyone deserves a baseline of respect. And here's the catch. If you want to be respected, show respect. Confucius taught that if you look down on others, you lower yourself too. But if you lift others up, you rise with them. In practical terms, be courteous even when you're annoyed. Keep a cool head on Twitter flame wars. Remember, there's a person on the other side. Stand up against disrespect or bullying by being a model of respect. This lesson from Confucius helps make society and your personal world better. It's simple. Treat people the way you'd want to be treated. Do that, and you'll earn respect without ever having to demand it. Because you've shown what true class looks like. Lesson 9. Ignore the haters. Criticism often means you're ahead. Believe it or not, Confucius even had wisdom for dealing with haters. He said, "If they spit at you behind your back, it means you're ahead of them." Talk about a mic drop quote. Let's break that down. If people are bad-mouthing you behind your back, you're probably doing something right that they can't do or can't stand. Essentially, haters gonna hate, 500 BC edition. This lesson is a huge confidence booster, especially today. Got people gossiping about you, throwing shade online, or doubting your ambitions? Confucius is telling you to keep going. Their negativity is proof you're out in front. Now, this isn't about dismissing all criticism. Constructive feedback is gold. It's about not letting jealousy or negativity derail you. The reality is, when you strive for something big, be it starting a new project, improving yourself, or standing up for a principle, you will attract some naysayers. Instead of letting them discourage you, wear their criticism like a badge of honor. Confucius's point is that people don't bother attacking someone who isn't making an impact. So if you've got a few trolls nipping at your heels, take it as evidence that you're making waves. The modern take? Stay focused on your path. Prove the haters wrong not by engaging in drama, but by succeeding. As Confucius implies, the best way to silence critics is to continue excelling. Keep your head high, do your thing, and remember that every arrow shot at your back is actually pointing you out as the leader of the pack. Lesson 10. Lead by example. Be the change you want to see. Confucius believed that personal example is the most powerful form of leadership. He said, "He who wishes to secure the good of others has already secured his own." In simpler terms, if you want to make things better for everyone, start by being good yourself. People watch what you do more than what you say. We've all seen the difference. A boss or coach who just barks orders versus one who gets in the trenches and shows how it's done. The latter earns respect and truly motivates others. Confucius lived in a time of political chaos, and his solution was leadership through virtue, rulers leading by just living rightly so that people would naturally follow. Today, whether or not you're in an official leadership role, you influence those around you, friends, siblings, colleagues, more than you think. If you crave a certain positive environment or outcome, embody it first. Want a more honest group of friends? Be truthful and trustworthy yourself. Wish your team at work communicated better? Start openly sharing information and credit. Want your community to be kinder? Show generosity and empathy in your daily actions. The ripple effect is real. When you lead by example, others are inspired to follow suit. And here's the bonus. By improving yourself and living your values, you automatically improve your own life, securing your own good, as Confucius said. It's a win-win. This final lesson ties all the others together. Be the change. Walk the talk. It's the Confucian way to create the world you want, starting with the person in the mirror. Conclusion. There you have it. 10 life lessons from Confucius, ancient wisdom through a modern lens. It's wild how a philosopher from 2,500 years ago just nailed so many aspects of our lives today. From balancing your hustle to handling haters, from choosing friends to being a person of honor. These aren't just quotes to toss on Instagram. They're practical habits and mindsets you can start using right now. Confucius spent his life observing human nature, and his words have stood the test of time because they ring true. Remember, wisdom isn't a relic. It's a living guide. So think about which of these lessons hits you the hardest. Is it balance, humility, perseverance? Whichever it is, take it to heart. As Confucius wisely said, by 3 methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is bitterest. You've reflected on these lessons here. Now go out and live them. Lead by example, lesson 10, and you'll inspire others too. And if it ever feels daunting, just recall Confucius's reassurance that the man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Start small, start today, and step by step you'll move mountains in your life.